Hi everyone, thanks for checking the video out. Steve Buzza here, and today we are talking about why you are an accomplished iron player, but your pitching sucks. So how can we be so good, so efficient in one area, and then totally lose it in something that looks quite similar? Reason? The delivery is subtly different. And today I'm going to kind of give you maybe a slightly different concept. I'm actually going to talk about more of the impact rather than the positions themselves, and see if kind of understanding the rules of the jungle, if we can understand how the contact, the delivery is slightly different, it can transform one of two areas. And the premise of this video is you're good with the irons, not so good with the pitching. But you can reverse this. If you're great with the pitching, the likelihood is you're doing the solution I'm about to give. You would need more of the iron delivery. So because I am the coach that keeps giving, the solution is actually in my gaming clubs. So I have two clubs here. I have my P770. So this is the last version, but I was very fortunate. I had it in the special edition black. So this one is not in the bag anymore. I do have the new P770s, but because of the black, you can really see after a season's play, you can see the wear on the club. I then have my gaming 60, which is the new high toe, and this is still a very new wedge, but like I said, I am the coach that keeps giving. In an event a couple weeks ago, I hit it over the par 5 and I was on a road. So I had to hit a shot off of the road. So I have a beautiful mark on where I contacted. And that mark happens to be exactly where you need it to be. So at the time, I didn't realize I was helping coaching. But maybe deep down, that's why I missed club by 3. Not because I don't know what I'm doing. So how is the wear different? So if we start with my iron, you can see that the wear is happening at the front of the club, and there's no wearing in the middle or the back of the club. So that is suggesting this golf club is being delivered shaft forwards. It's driving through the front of that club, is making contact with the ground. That would make sense because that lets us compress the ball. What we tend to do when we're hitting our irons well is whatever loft is on the club, dynamically we deliver less. So as I say, it makes sense to have more wear at the front of the club. We go over to my 60, and I said I hit it off a cart path, and all of the scrapings are right in the center of the club. Reason being is when I'm pitching, I'm not leaning the shaft that much forwards. I'm starting to get far more neutral in the shaft. That gives me access to the middle of the bottom of the club, or what we would call the bounce. So when you hear people say use the bounce, what they're actually saying is we can land the bottom of this club a bit more onto the ground. The reason why that helps is with the iron, I'm expecting to see a divot, and I'm expecting to see that club extend through. So in terms of the arc, it's extending through the turf, so we're going to see a substantial divot. With the wedge, I'm going to see a little bit of a divot, especially if the soil is quite soft, but nowhere near as big in comparison, because if we can land the bottom of this club, we're going to have a little less shaft lean, and the bottom of the club is going to want to skip on the surface, so it's not going to want to dig through, so it's not going to want to take as much turf. When I say pitching, if I'm more like 50, 60 yards, I'm probably going to see a divot. If I'm short-sided and I'm more maybe 20 yards, really close to the green, a really good nippy pitch is likely not going to have a divot whatsoever. So to summarize what we're going on, and I know this video, I'm hoping I've given you the concept. So I am of the opinion a lot of people don't necessarily have a swing fault, They don't understand the concept or the difference of the delivery that's going to give them success. My aim for this video was to say, hey, look, there is a difference. So it would be logical if you're delivering your irons well, you're taking off some loft, you're getting the shaft forward and you're driving through the ball. If that is helping here and the confidence is low with the pitch, my body is going to instinctively try and stick to a movement that is going to be very, very similar to that iron. If that is the case, we go, look, we don't have to feel like they are completely different, but if I can just feel, look, can I deliver the middle of this club on the ground? And I kind of like this, I can slap the ground. So I can feel I'm slapping the ground, but if you do that, it's not going to want to dig as much. So by trying to feel like we land on the middle, it should help the delivery a little bit, but the game changer is it's going to give you a ton more tolerance, because if you enter slightly behind, which a lot of great pitchers do, the bottom of this club can help you out. So it ends up meaning you don't have to be as precise. One of the main issues with the iron versus wedge, if we do the same move, is you have to be super precise with the wedge to get the same average results that you get with the iron, where you don't have to feel anywhere near as precise. So if we can get a move that doesn't have to be quite as precise, then we can get the confidence up. If the confidence starts matching between the two, you're going to hit great shots in both categories. So I hope this video helps. Like I say, I wasn't going to go too much into the movements, and there's definitely a lot that we can talk about there. Have any movement questions, get them in the comments below. And as always, stay happy, stay safe, and I hope to catch you soon.